But I think the development of full artificial intelligence would spell the end of the human race.
It's a flying object, and we don't know what it is. I would hope somebody is checking it out.
With the rockets or whatever, but incredibly fast, opposite direction. They were too fast to be an airplane.
I'm glad the Pentagon is looking at this, because if it poses a threat, I want them on top of it.
Well, the craft generates its own gravitational field.
You said there's lights in the sky?
The internet has become the command center for criminals and terrorists.
911, what's your emergency? I need help, please help me!
Aliens won't let it happen. You know, that's what we're instructed to say.
Roswell, Area 51. Alien kept deep under the ground.
1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1. 1, 6, 3, 2, 1.
Media doesn't have your best interest in mind. The government is self-serving. You're here for a reason. You're listening to Troubled Minds Radio. Broadcasting live from a secret bunker just off the extraterrestrial highway. Somewhere in the desert sands outside of Las Vegas. From somewhere in space-time, loosely labeled Generation X on planet Earth. And asking questions of you, in earnest, into the digital darkness.
Good evening, and welcome to Troubled Minds Radio. I'm your host, Michael Strange. I'm here with your co-host, Frank Pierce. And we would like to say hello to all of you who might also have troubled minds. What's up, guys? This show is live. If you want to be part of the show tonight, the number to call, 702-957-1037. Go to troubleminds.org. That's the official website. You will find the phone number, the Discord link. You can get on the show that way. It's totally free. And tonight, we're talking about alien abductions. Part 2. We've already done Part 1 with some of the more famous abductions. This is Part 2. We're going to talk about some lesser-known abductions and possibly the agenda, the alien agenda behind it. So that's what's going on tonight. It is Sunday night, so it's story night. That's the story for this evening. If you'd like to call in and be part of the show, please keep it on topic and or brief and both. But we do appreciate your participation, and keep the chat coming. So we will do shout-outs shortly. So if you are watching on any of the places we stream, which is YouTube, Facebook, hell, I don't even know. Where else do we stream, Frank? Periscope, all kinds of different crazy places. Not quite China yet, but we're working on it. All right, so if you're watching in those places, we are watching the chat, so say hello. We will shout you out, and do give us a call. We appreciate the participation. And yeah, all right, so shout-outs shortly. But right now, other things, more pressing things, more pertinent things. Ladies and gentlemen, your co-host, Frank Pierce.
Hello, my name is Frank Pierce. We're back again for a disturbing show this evening. You're going to hear some things you might not expect, some things you might have glossed over in your imagination to make yourself feel safe, to make yourself feel comfortable. We're going to get into these alien abduction cases and some of the disturbing details that they contain. And believe me, some of these details, they're disturbing. This idea that you're taken out of your home, you're suppressed into this unconscious state, and you're experimented on, and the consequences of those experiments last a lifetime. And that's a good point. That's something I wanted to bring up is, what do you guys out there, what do you like about this topic? Do you like entertaining story? Do you like these entertaining stories where, oh, it's interesting, oh, there's a UFO, that's so cool? Or do you want the truth? Do you want to look into these things and find out what's really going on? That's something to think about, entertainment versus the truth. Because oftentimes they're very different. They're very different things. Anyway, let's get into it.
Okay, did you want to do a poll? You said I should remind you. This is probably not the time to remind you.
No, we should put that up. We should do a poll if you want entertainment, cool UFO videos, crazy looking things on Mars, or if you want the truth, which is sometimes very disturbing. And you really got to think about that. You think they're very similar things. You think they're the same. Entertainment and the truth, it's all the same thing. But it's not. It really isn't. Especially when you start saying things that you disagree with. Some of these horrible details we're going to get into. I think we should put that poll up.
All right, going up. The poll is going up. Like I said, terrible time to remind you, but hey, we're doing it anyway. We're doing this live. All right, so entertainment, I want the truth. Third option. None of the above? Yeah, all right, let's go.
Same thing. Yeah, same thing, maybe. Maybe it's people out there think that the truth is entertaining. I don't know. I don't think it is, especially after reading some of this stuff earlier. This stuff is not entertaining in the slightest.
Yeah, terrifying. Okay, all right, poll's going up. What info do you guys want about UFOs? Do you want to be entertained? Do you want the truth or something different? None of the above. All right. Let's poll's going up. We're gonna do shout outs in just a sec. We had to derail for the poll, and here we go. Here we go. Publish, poll is up. All right, the poll is on Facebook, so if you guys are watching somewhere else and you want to take this poll, get over here and take the poll on Facebook. All right, you can find that link on, of course, troubledminds.org, the official website. All right, so the poll is up, and we're gonna do shout outs. What's up, Todd? Todd gets first. How you doing, buddy? We got Fred, Benjamin, Autumn. Thanks for being here. Dennis says, yeah, just in time. Hee-haw. Joshua, what's happening from Central Florida? Welcome. Hello from Las Vegas. Mo, well, hello. Paul from Texas. Josh, what's going on? Mo, is everybody ready? Everybody's ready. Joe from Florida, what's happening? Thomas, Christopher, Nicole, Darius, Garth, Steve, Jonathan, what's happening? Yeah, hello. All of you from Vegas. Timothy, thanks for being here. Josh again, I think I said that. Rolf, what's happening? Kimberly, Kelly, nice to see you, buddy. Let's see, who else? So many people in chat. So much chat. You guys are amazing. Thanks for being here. Okay, and Heidi, let's see. I want the truth. Dale, what's happening? Dale wants to know whose truth. Whose truth, right? We can't just say the truth. You got to say whose truth, because it's always a little bit different. What's up, Ash? How you doing, buddy? Okay, and Thomas, hello. All right. That gets us up to speed with the shout-outs. If I missed you guys, just type your city or your state where you're watching from as we go, and I'll try and call you out. One more time, we are live. If you want to be a part of the show, 702-957-1037. Go to troubledminds.org. You will find the official website and the phone number and the Discord link. So please do that. All right, Frank, we got some news first. What's drawing your interest today, sir?
Yeah, we have some news. As always, you got to go through the news. The news is like the vegetables before you eat the dessert. Although this news story here, it's like a ice cream sundae. So let's open up unexplainedmysteries.com. Strange light formation filmed over Minnesota. This is in my neck of the woods here. There's a video. Play it. That's all we can do. This thing reminds me of those lights, Phoenix lights. So many cool things. I don't know how this isn't all over the world. If this happened 50 years ago, this would be mainstream news. Everyone would be seeing this. And no one's really covering it. So let's pull this up.
All right, here we go. 25-second video. Lights in the sky in Minnesota action.
¿Saben qué será esto? Que llevan rato ahí.
Okay, if you're watching or just listening audio only, I mean, this is a, what is this? This is a formation of lights in the sky that seem to be hovering. As far as I can tell, they're not moving anywhere. There's 3, 6, 9, maybe 12 or 15 of these things, just without counting, estimating. and they're just kind of hovering up there, like maybe in a, let's call it a stocking formation, like a Christmas stocking formation or something. I don't know. Like, what the heck is this? And they do not appear to be moving. They do not appear to be falling. They're just hovering there in the sky in formation, and white-ish lights, and holy smokes, that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. I will link the video here if you guys want to have a closer look full screen. There it is. Video is linked, so you can follow up on us and make sure we're not totally full of crap and making this stuff up and fabricating videos, because that's not what we do. We look at them and talk about them instead. Okay, so yeah, all right. Did you happen to see these, Frank, since they are your neck of the woods there?
I didn't see these things, but the pattern, you mentioned the pattern, which I found incredibly interesting. Most of the time when they drop flares, and we've looked into this in the past, when they drop those flares, the military, it's always in a straight line. It's a plane flying along, and they drop the flares behind it. What could have dropped these? Could a plane make that turn? Imagine a plane up there flying around, dropping flares behind it. Could it go straight forward, then make a hard right, and then almost do a complete turnaround and then back up again? I don't think so. So flares, I'm going to rule that out. What it is, though, we have no idea. As always, this matches some other sightings in the past. This isn't the standard disc shape or cigar-shaped object. This is Phoenix Lights style thing. It's bizarre. What is this? Again, I wish I got to get a helicopter. I got to get a plane one day. So if I see something like this, I can go fly towards it. See what it is. That's the only way we're really going to find out for sure.
You suicidal? What's wrong with you? 4 more shout outs as we talk about the news here. Or let's see. We got Daniel. What's up from Los Angeles? How you doing? Ray, what up from Texas? Who else? I think Kimberly, thanks for being here, and I think that's it. Justin, thanks for showing up, and yeah, hello. Joseph, Michael, Steve, hello. Okay, so yeah, this is a definitely peculiar shape. I'm trying to enunciate here. Peculiar shape. It's flares again. Yeah, I'm not so sure of that. Again, they didn't seem to be falling from the video there. Again, which is linked in chat if you guys want to check it out. What do you think? What do you think this is? It's the thing that stands out to me is it's not moving. It's not falling. They're not breaking apart from each other. So if this isn't fake, let's say compelling is a good word, because what else is it? What could it be? That's pretty crazy. Got some comments here in the thing itself. We can read some of these. Of course, it's on unexplainedmysteries.com, or -mysteries.com. But we got ghost riders in here. They got UFOs. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. It's reasonable to assume they may have changed the pattern, or maybe it was undergoing maintenance that night. Okay. He's saying 12 spotlights that to form an upside down teepee. So he says there's a thing in that neck of the woods, and maybe they were knocked out of calibration or something. Okay, so there we go. If that's somebody that lives up there and knows that, are you familiar with that, Frank, at all? Have you seen an upside down teepee in that neck of the woods?
No, that's ridiculous. That's completely... that doesn't even make any sense. The one thing that's troubling about this, though, is why 30 seconds or 28 seconds? You should get this thing, you should film it forever. Keep looking at it. See what happens. See if these things do fall eventually. See if they blink out. Why such a short clip? I don't know. If I saw this, even if it's freezing cold outside, and you can see that it is, there's snow on the ground, horrible temperatures, we should be getting a half-hour clip of this, not 28 seconds. So it's kind of confusing. I think they said it stayed up for more than 30 minutes in the sky, but there was no follow-up video. So I'd love to know, but I don't think we ever will, unfortunately. And that's the problem with a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Diane, what's up from Pennsylvania? How you doing? Hello from Vegas. Let's see. Kelly says when zoomed in, the lights, or whatever they are long and differently shaped. So when you zoom in, yeah, they did look like they were kind of maybe icicle shaped. They weren't as round or oblong as they appear in without zooming. So there is that, which is interesting. A good observation there. What's up, Emin? Thanks for showing up. Let's see. Mo says I was abducted once, and they taught me a spell to levitate off the ground. I tried to contact back to tell them it didn't work, and all I did was cast a fireball. Shake my head. Oh my goodness. Call us and tell us about that. We want to hear about it. We want to hear about it. We want the details. We want the spell, the fireball spell, please. Okay, but yeah, so anything else on this, Frank? Let's see. Anything in the article worth noting?
Not really. Let's move on.
Okay, let's move on. All right. Shall we go to China now, or do you want to do the other one?
Yeah, let me pull up this Popular Mechanics article. We'll talk about this real quick. Move over, far out. Far out has been discovered. So that's a bit of a wordplay in the title, but essentially there was an object 120 astronomical units away called far out, the furthest thing in our solar system out there. And now they've discovered a second object that's even further away, so 140 astronomical units away. And it's important to pay attention to this kind of stuff. Like, people have gone on for years and years about Planet 9, Planet X, all this kind of stuff. And every single day, well, not every day, but every week, we are discovering new things in our solar system. There's so many strange things out there that we have no idea. We just don't know. And this assumption that there couldn't be alien life, or there couldn't be another planet floating around, or Nibiru isn't out there somewhere. It's ridiculous because we just haven't looked for it yet. We've made the assumption that it's not there, and we haven't looked. But here these guys are, 140 astronomical units away. They've discovered an object. What do you think about this?
I think they need to work on their naming scheme so that the far out was, pretty far out there. But now we found the far out. Is this really going to turn into Orwellian newspeak? Is the next one going to be far out? I mean, they named these stars Kepler 6785947, right? Like, nicely chronicled, like you can put in a spreadsheet. And they have far out and far out. There's my little writer snobness coming out. Like, come on, be more creative than this, people. Come on.
Well, wait a minute. I think that speaks to their attitude. It kind of gives a hint into their thinking. When they called this thing far out, they assumed, maybe rightfully so, that this would be the furthest thing out. That's why they called it far out. So there was that assumption, that implicit assumption, that this would be the furthest thing away they ever discovered. And they were wrong about that, but I think that speaks to the mind of these people looking into these things.
Yeah, it's kind of like, again, back to that human hubris. Like, we know all the things. Oh, this is going to be the farthest one, so we're just going to name it far out. And then like 2 weeks later? Oh, crap. Now we found far out, guys. Holy smokes. Anyway, work on the naming structure. I think finding this stuff is good. I mean, I did see some stuff we'll talk about in the coming days, of course. We talk about this quite a bit, but Planet 9, there's a Planet 9 sighting, at least gravity signatures, and some scientists have, we don't have this article up, we'll bring it up on Tuesday, but some scientists have actually said that they predict we will find Planet X in the next 10 to 15 years because they think they've narrowed it down. So I'll pull that one up, we'll talk about it on Tuesday, but kind of a shorter time on Sunday nights because we got to get through a lot of material. So yeah, interesting though. So they're finding things way out there and naming them terribly. So hopefully when they find Planet X, they'll actually call it, maybe, I don't know, Nibiru, or whatever it's actually called, instead of the missing planet we knew was there but didn't really want to admit planet. Yeah, I don't know, more obvious stupidness. Okay, anything else on this, Frank? Other than the shape? I know you want to talk about the shape.
No, that's not. Again, this is the wonderful journalism here. That's not even what it looks like, right? They don't have an image of it. So this is more a Muamua style journalism where they're flashing up random images. We look at this, we say, oh, that's what it looks like. No, this is just some random asteroid. I believe this is the one NASA sent a probe to just recently. The name of it is escaping me, but yeah, this isn't the object. This is something else entirely.
Oh, this is that one. It's going to come to me. What is this? This is it's the one I've been avoiding. I'm trying not to talk about this because it, I don't know. It seems very uninteresting. It'll come to me way into the show when it doesn't matter anymore. Okay. Anyway, but yeah. All right. So there it is. Far out has been discovered. So be on the lookout for far out, and yeah, coming to a scientific journal near you. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Let's go to China. Let's talk about China. Now this is crazy. We know, we're aware, China sent the Chang'e 4 rover to the moon, not to Mars, to the dark side of the moon, the far side of the moon. They're up there right now. We did a video on YouTube. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Gaining some traction, getting some views. But there are some anomalous things on the far side of the moon. Okay? Great spot, Frank. Thank you for that. But check this out. They're not done. This is a full-on space race, and China is spurring the entire thing. So, as reported by CNN, our favorite news outlet, of course, China plans to send a rover to explore Mars next year. Right? So they have follow-up moon missions that will go to the dark side of the moon. Then they've already got a rover going to Mars next year. And of course, you can assume the way they've been pushing this very, very strongly is that they're going to send follow-up missions to Mars as well. So pretty crazy stuff, how aggressively this has changed, right? So how many years, again, we're talking about the official story here, not the secret space program or that we've been on, had bases on the moon for years, that type of thing. This is the official propaganda program we're talking about here. And they're saying China's going to Mars. Now, does this surprise you, Frank? Does this give you goosebumps? Come on, I know it does.
They've turned on the gas. They've hit the pedal to the metal, so to speak, and they're going, and they're not going to stop. This is the way China works. They have a 1,000-year plan. We've talked about that several times. They're buying up property all around the world. They're sending these missions up to the moon, up to Mars, and they're not going to stop. They're going to keep going. So, again, about that moon mission, you have to realize they have 2 or 3 follow-ups planned. They're going to put a base on the moon, a moon palace. We've talked about that several times. This isn't stopping. This will just continue. So where are we in all of this? Where is the West? Nowhere, right? What are we doing? NASA has to use private companies now to go to the moon. They're putting a rover up there, but it'll be a privately funded rover. All these things, it's ridiculous. Whereas this government, at least for those people, Chinese people, they have everything on track. They're moving ahead, full steam ahead. And I think we're going to get left behind unless we pick up the slack. It's almost a crime what NASA has done. It really is. It's a crime. They went to the moon, and then for 50 years they did jack all nothing. It's almost criminal. We could have had so much more. We could have been out there for years and years and years. Why not? I don't get it. Now, another thing I want to bring up about this is that moon rover. We saw those initial images, right? Nothing since then. No new images. No route trajectory that we see. No video. We saw their crops died. We saw those initial 2
year, Frank, is my internet gone out while we were doing this? Once before.
Yeah, I don't know.
Once. And it was, when was that? I don't know. It was just like a week ago, 10 days ago, something like that. Okay, so, all right, yeah, we've been cut off. All right, so we're going to keep going. So if we continue to have technical issues, we'll have to maybe do a plan B and bump this to Tuesday or something, but we'll see. So we'll keep going, and yeah, okay, so China going to Mars. People are still here. They're saying, why did it cut off? Yep, we're back. Okay, so okay, all right. Okay, so the thing about this in particular is, again, imagine when they get there, I'll bet you they're going to land somewhere near Cydonia, where everything's been censored by us, right? by NASA and the Western world and astronomy in general. They don't want to talk about that area of Mars. Watch, I'll bet you it's going to be a year from now, and then maybe how long to get there, I'm not so sure. But let's say in the next couple years we'll have China landing on the Cydonia region in Mars. That should be interesting. So, yeah, again, we don't expect to get a ton of information from them because China, obviously, but everything else is pretty interesting. They're training people at this place right here that's the Qaidam Basin, they call it. And so, did you just see that part, Frank, where they're talking about it's the closest chunk of Earth that's most similar to Mars. And it's in China, and they're apparently training people and machines up there already. So they are taking this seriously, and it's full on space race. This is to the next level. Still there, Frank?
Yeah, and I don't expect, so they'll send the rover to that Cydonia region. They'll scope out that face and they'll look at all these things. We'll never hear about it. Just like the moon, we'll get some initial photographs. Nothing, no follow up, nothing. So I don't like this. I don't like this this attitude they have. Maybe I'm projecting, maybe I'm making things up, maybe they are sharing details behind the scene, but I would love to see these images. at least NASA, you know, we hate on NASA a lot, but at least they put up the weather report on Mars. We saw that a couple of weeks back. They put up all these rover images. You know, they share their information to the public. Well, China's not going to do that. They're never going to do that. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully this spurs us on to get up there too.
Yeah, exactly. That's the good thing that should come of this, right? Is everybody should be trying. India's on it. Israel just got to the moon. So there's something. Well, actually, they didn't. That went awry, didn't it? Well, they tried. They tried to go to the moon. Okay. Anyway, but we have lots of attempts coming up in the next year or 2 years or 3 years. So we're officially back.
A reset.